Hello, I welcome to UPSC Prelims Chaturya series of SHANTHA LAKSHMI IAS Academy, where we will discuss the daily Prelims MCQs from the Hindu, Indian Express and PIB. Let's begin. The first question. Consider the following statements with respect to the European Trade Agreement. It is an intergovernmental organization established in 1960 by the Bonn Convention. EFTA currently has 4 member countries: Iceland, Liechtenstein, Sweden, and Switzerland. Promotes free trade and economic integration between its members within Europe and globally. How many of these statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. Indian European Free Trade Association signed a trade and economic partnership agreement. India has been working on trade and economic partnership agreement with EFTA countries. About this, it is an intergovernmental organization established in 1960 by the Stockholm Convention. Objective promotes free trade and economic integration between its members within Europe and globally. EFTA currently has 4 member countries: Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, and Switzerland. EFTA countries have developed one of the largest network of free trade agreements. These FTAs span over 60 countries and territories, including the European Union. In contrast to the EU, EFTA is not a customs union. This means that the individual EFTA states are free to set their own customs tariffs and arrange other foreign trade measures. Vice versa, non-EFTA states. Governance structure. EFTA's highest governing body is the EFTA Council. It generally meets 8 times a year at the ambassadorial level and twice a year at the ministerial level. The headquarters of the EFTA Secretariat is located in Geneva. It assists the EFTA Council in the management of relationship between 4 EFTA states and deals with the negotiation and operation of EFTA's FTAs. EFTA Surveillance Authority, it monitors compliance with European Economic Area rules in Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Norway. EFTA Court, it is based in Luxembourg and has a competence and authority to settle internal and external disputes regarding the implementation and application or interpretation of the EEA agreement. So the answer is only one, because it is an intergovernmental organization established in 1960 by the Stockholm Convention, not Bonn Convention. EFTA currently has 4 member countries: Iceland, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, and Norway, not Sweden. Moving to the next question. With reference to the DigiLocker, consider the following statements. DigiLocker is a flagship initiative of the Ministry of Electronics and IT under Digital India program. DigiLocker aims at digital empowerment of citizens by providing access to authentic digital documents to citizens' digital document wallet. Which of the statement given above is correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one or two. The DigiLocker platform, launched in 2015, operates as an app to store users' digital records. As of early May, the app has over 270 million registered users, while nearly 6.7 billion documents have been retrieved through it. About this, DigiLocker is a flagship initiative of Ministry of Electronics and IT under Digital India program. DigiLocker aims at digital empowerment of citizens by providing access to authentic digital documents to citizens' digital document wallet. The issued documents in digital locker system are deemed to be at par with the original physical documents as per Rule 9A of the Information Technology Preservation and Retention of Information by Intermediaries Providing Digital Locker Facilities Rules 2016. Benefits to the citizens: important documents anytime, anywhere; authentic documents legally at par with originals; digital document exchange with the consent of the citizen; faster service delivery; government benefits; employment, financial inclusion, education, health. So the answer is both 1 and 2. Moving to the next question. Consider the following statements about Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, launched by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation in mission mode. It aims to provide affordable housing in partnership with the public sector only. It envisions provisions of housing for all by 2022 when the nation completes 75 years of its independence. How many of these statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. The 2024 elections underway, among various poll promises are those pertaining to housing. India has around 1.7 million homeless people as per the 2011 census. Even for people with houses, the quality of build, congestion, and inadequate infrastructure remain major concerns. About this scheme, launched by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation in mission mode. It envisions provisions of the housing for all by the 2022 when the nation completes 75 years of its independence. The mission seeks to address the housing requirements of urban poor, including slum dwellers, through the following program verticals. First one, the slum rehabilitation of slum dwellers with participation of private developers using land as a resource. Promotion of affordable housing for weaker section through credit-linked subsidy. Affordable housing in partnership with public and private sectors. Subsidy for beneficiary-led individual house construction or enhancement. Not only public sector. Moving to the next question. Choose correct one with respect to the Kawasaki disease. Kawasaki disease is a rare heart condition that causes a high fever and inflammation of the blood vessels. It usually affects old age people in their late 80s. Which of the statement given above is are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one or two. About Kawasaki disease is a rare heart condition that causes a high fever and inflammation of the blood vessels. It usually affects children under age of 5. It is one of the leading causes of heart disease in kids. The condition causes the immune system to attack blood vessels, which become inflamed and swollen. Kawasaki disease tends to affect the coronary arteries, which carry blood to the heart muscle. It can also cause problems with lymph nodes, skin and lining of child's mouth, nose and throat. Clinical signs include fever, rash, swelling of the hands, feet, irritation and redness of the whites of the eyes, swollen lymph glands in the neck, and irritation and inflammation of the mouth, lips, and throat. The disease was first described in Japan by Tomisaku Kawasaki in 1967, and the first cases outside of Japan were reported in Hawaii in 1976. The cause of Kawasaki disease is unknown, although more cases happen in late winter and early spring. So the answer is one only, because it usually affects children in their age of 5, not old age people in their age of late 80s. Moving to the next question. Consider the following statements regarding the United Nations Forum on Forest. It was established in 2000 by the UN Economic and Social Council of United Nations. It promotes the management, conservation, and sustainable development of all types of forests. India is not a founding member of UNFF. How many of these statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. Delegates at the 90th session of the UNFF enter into informal negotiations over draft text of the high-level declaration. About this, it was established in 2000 by the UN Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. It promotes the management, conservation, and sustainable development of all types of forest. The forum meets annually at the UN headquarters in New York, bringing together representatives of all member states and forest-related agencies for high-level dialogue on the technical matter in odd years and policy matters in even years. The forum has universal membership and is composed of all member states of the United Nations and specialized agencies. India is a founding member of UNFF. The declaration of the 19th session aims to achieve agreement on high-level political commitment to forest protection with specific action for effective implementation of the UN Strategic Plan for Forest by UNFF and its stakeholders. So the answer is only 2 because India is a founding member of the UNF. Thank you. This is the today's session.